Hey everybody, it's me again, Jeremy. This video is going to be kind of different. I am showing you a time lapse from some GoPro footage that I took yesterday, July 15th. It just happened to be my 47th birthday, so if you're nice, please leave me a comment about that down below. Anyway, the video I'm showing you is basically a time lapse strapped to the front of my 2019 Honda Monkey 125. This is a cool little back roads here in Birmingham, Alabama. Now, if you look at the title of the video, basically it's a full explanation. I'm going to try to do this in a concise manner so there's no confusion, but here it goes. I was unable to put together a video since March of my move here to Alabama from Georgia. If you go back a couple of videos, you'll see me showing you the bus and my living conditions in there, and a little bit of what was going on there in Macon, Georgia. That came to an end. So yeah, I left Florida back in November and had an opportunity to move up to Macon, Georgia with some really nice people on a 20-acre property there, and everything seemed to be going just great at first, and then surely enough things changed. I won't get into too many details because I don't want to go bashing anybody or anything, but it just didn't work out the way I had hoped it would. That being said, I had an additional opportunity or offer from some really nice people that I met down in Florida quite some time ago, before we even got our bus, and they offered to have me come up to Birmingham, Alabama, the largest city in Alabama, and stay here, bring my bus up. And I say my bus because it is in my name now. Before leaving Florida, I had plans to, with my life partner Karen, to finish the build and hit the road full time. That also didn't happen the way I would have liked. We ran out of money. Things happened. You'll see in a couple videos back some explanation of that, but long story short, yeah, we split up and I had to leave because life just wasn't working out for me the way I wanted it to there. So, fast forwarding, now here in Birmingham, Alabama, these really lovely people, Greg and Diana, offered some time ago, before I even moved to Georgia, for me to come up here, bring the bus, and have a place to work on it, have a place to stay, help them out with a few things, using my skills of construction and experience doing that, and growing food and all the things that I'm good at, and bring those skills up here to maybe start a new life. So yeah, I took that offer. I actually called Greg up when there was some static between me and the owners in Georgia, and I felt like I needed to make a change and do it pretty quickly, so I wasn't without an opportunity or a place to go with a 40-foot school bus. So that's what I did. I started packing my stuff, and Greg was really cool to come down to Macon from Birmingham. It's about a 4 to 5 hour drive. He made the drive to come give me moral support and help me unload my storage unit back into the bus and secure everything down, and then followed me all the way back here to Alabama. So yeah, I'm really grateful to have friends. They actually have a bus of their own, and it needs some work, and our bus isn't finished. And when I say our, kind of interesting, you know. I've been here since March. It is now July. 4 months I've been here. I was in Birmingham from November to March. Another 4 months there, so 8 months I've been gone from Florida. I left on good terms with my girlfriend / fiance of over 12 years, but we needed a break. And I, like I said before, didn't have much opportunity to fall back on while I was there. So, yeah, it was a little disheartening. You know, Florida is my home state, but I do have that wanderlust sort of mentality. As you can see from this video, I just love moving. It's sped up, of course, about a 5 times time lapse, and then sped up to another 150%. But this ride was from yesterday, the 15th, on my birthday. I wanted to get out of the house. You see right there, I kind of paused the GoPro, and having a few glitchy issues with that, but nonetheless, the roads here obviously are great for riding motorcycles on. But back to what I was saying about moving here. So I'm staying in a house with a really nice couple. They've been married about 40 years, and they have 6 dogs now. And I fit in nicely, you know. I get along with the couple really well, and just trying to get on my feet here. And they helped me find some work. I'm actually driving now for a company called Draver, and we deliver Penske trucks back and forth from like Home Depots and other storage facilities and places that rent Penske truck rentals, and we are in charge of the overflow of the trucks, the moving trucks, from one location to another, and we have a dispatcher locally. I put quite a few miles under my belt since starting this a couple of months ago, and like on average I'm driving probably 3,000 to 4,000 miles a month, and some days are really long, you know, 11-12 hour days of just continual driving from one place to the next using an app that they provide to us, and just basic instructions. You do walk around to the vehicle and inspect everything and see how much fuel there is and log everything into the app, and then hit the road. And the company covers us on insurance when we're driving their vehicles. We also have the opportunity to use a personal vehicle and do what you call a chase drive, which basically just drops drivers off. We call them hikers, the people who drive in the trucks. Sometimes that's me, sometimes I take on the chase responsibility, and they provide a fuel surcharge and wear and tear a little bit additional for the chase position. But one way or another, we're just driving. If you look at the video here, yeah, I got caught in a rainstorm. It basically rains every year on my birthday, ever since I can remember, maybe 2 years out of my 47 on Earth. I've been in a place where it hasn't rained. But yeah, I got a couple torrential downpours. Never fun on a motorcycle, soaked to the bone. But it wasn't stopping me. I mean, what am I going to do? You know, hide from the rain? As long as I'm careful and try to stay out of the middle of the lane where the oil collects and it can become really slippery, and stay off of those painted lines. Those are also a hazard. And just, you know, watch my back and be mindful of traffic. Riding the motorcycle is a lot of fun. So I do that a lot in my spare time, along with, you know, helping out around here in the house, cleaning up things. They've got some remodeling that needs to occur at some point. There's a little standalone garage that they've offered to me to store my things out of the bus. The bus has been parked here in the driveway next to their bus since I've moved here, and I'm sad to say I haven't done any real work to it, but it's on the agenda. You know, money is the main driving force behind a bus build, and we ran out of money a long time ago. We had a budget set aside to complete the bus and have it, you know, roadworthy and completely furnished and, you know, livable. Of course, I've been living in it for a couple years now, through a separation, but long story short, I haven't finished the bus yet, and it's still there. It's still, my pride and joy, and I do intend on getting back in there and working really hard on it and bringing you guys some videos showing all of that. But first things first, I've got to save some money, with this new job of mine. I'm working quite a bit, some weeks, I don't know, I'm doing thousands of miles, and there's really not much time to do much else except just live life. So yeah, money always gets in the way of a lot of good things, but if you manage it well and you stay focused and positive more than anything, you can accomplish your goals. And I'm a firm believer in that, and positive manifestation and things like that. So this basically, this ride here is through Birmingham and the surrounding areas. Birmingham's the largest city in Alabama, and it's got so much to offer versus where I was in Central Florida. I mean, just the motorcycle riding alone, obviously. The roads are nice wide lanes, not much of a shoulder to pull over, but lots of fun. If you go back one video, I take you guys for a little same kind of time-lapse motorcycle ride through a thing called the Alabama Dragon. It's basically like the tail of the dragon that's up in the Appalachian, I think, the Appalachian Mountains in the Carolinas, I believe. I haven't been up there yet, but yeah, some really cool stuff. If you look here, I'm actually, where was I? Oh, this is where I get downpoured on. So I'm leaving a gas station here. I pulled over to get some fuel and get about 100 miles to the gallon, which is great fuel efficiency. But yeah, rain does happen, especially on my birthday. So yeah, I saw the skies turning gray and looked at my weather app, and the storms weren't fully extensively covering the area I was in, but enough to definitely hit me with some hard torrential rain for a while. I think I turned around here and might have been a little lost and had to backtrack and go the opposite direction, but there's a place called Grants Mill Road that's really fun to ride on, and by the time I get there, you'll see eventually here that it's just really fun riding. So yeah, I stop when I can. Great thing about being on a little mini motorcycle, it's only a 125. It only does 60 miles an hour top speed, going downhill with the wind at your back. Otherwise, you're at an average of about 35 to 45 miles an hour. You can reach speeds up to 50, 55 pretty easily. But yeah, just navigating through this rain here and making my way to Grants Mill Road. I went up to Warrior before that. If you look at the last of the video, I don't know why the camera's facing down there. I guess the GoPro, my mount is not very great, but I'll have to look into that. So here I'm getting to Grants Mill, and you can see it's obvious why I like riding around here in areas like this. Yeah, there's some city traffic and a little congestion with those clouds. They're pretty dark, but I had a lot of clear weather, so I made the best of it and take this little windy road, swooping turns and hills, and people parked along the side. They go hiking and stuff, and it got sunny again, and then rained a little bit more, and eventually make my way through this windy, stretchy stuff that's just exhilarating, a lot of fun. Yeah, really enjoy it here. It's peaceful, it's beautiful, there's a lot of fun, free things to do outdoors. I'll try to bring you guys along for some of that stuff in the future. I've already found 3 or 4 really nice state parks with waterfalls and hiking trails and mountain biking and swimming and kayaking and canoeing and everything from gem mining to places where you can go and prospect for gold. And it's just, there's so much going on as far as being outdoors in nature, free things to do. I just love it. I love it. Florida has its perks. I do miss the beaches. I do miss, obviously my friends and family back there. But I felt like it was time to make a change. And I was so grateful to have Greg and Diana offer me to come up here when I was in a struggle down there, and it turned into, rescuing me sort of from Georgia, where things just weren't working out the way I had hoped. So yeah, and Birmingham is also great in a lot of other ways. There's lots of commerce, lots of businesses, lots of happening things, a great sense of culture and art and music scene and nightlife and all the things that you would expect from the city. Here's some more of that rain. It's just beating down on me. This time lapse is about 5 times sped up, hyperlapse mode. And then I went ahead and sped up a little more because I don't want to keep you on here for a whole 30 minutes. I think the video's maybe 20 minutes, something like that, 23 minutes long. So I wanted to provide this little narration of where I'm at. This is basically near the city after I left Grants Mill. It was my birthday, so I did a couple of cool things. Like it's always been a tradition of mine to go get one of those bar cakes from Publix. If you're not familiar with Publix supermarkets, you should familiarize yourself with them. I am so grateful to have a few Publix locations here in Alabama. I thought it was a Florida thing only, because their subs are really the best. They've got great fried chicken in their deli, and on your birthday, if you're a member on their app, they offer you either a half gallon of their premium ice cream or frozen yogurt, or you can get a bar cake. And I chose to go get a bar cake. It's about $6, but in this case it was free, and it's still in the fridge. But I got a really delicious carrot cake waiting for me to enjoy here and there. I also did a couple more things. I went to Crumble Cookie, and you'll see me pull up here in a little bit to that. Crumble Cookies, kind of a new thing. Karen and I, when we're together, we always try to go to a Crumble Cookie and enjoy their flavors of the week, and it's just a gluttonous, sinful sort of thing to do, but delicious in every way. We've done some copycat recipes that we found on YouTube from people who were brilliant enough to try to recreate some of those, and did a pretty cool job. So anyway, I guess back to the subject of her and I. We've been together a long time. We knew each other since junior high, and we were friends first, and then had a long romance and lived together and planned to marry, but never got around to it. And then things happened, and we butted heads like a lot of couples do, but we kept communicating. And although we ended up breaking up when I moved to Georgia after she came to visit me, it turned out that there was still a lot of love there, and we kind of didn't really communicate. Very, very seldom communicated for the last 6 months, since about December when I saw her in Georgia. She came to visit. She stayed for a week, brought our dogs, and we had a good time, but I think she needed some space and to maybe explore being single for a while, and I let her do that. What am I gonna do? I'm here. I'm miles and miles away. I went from like 6 hours away to more like 10 hours away, and not to escape anything, but I've got to continue on with my life regardless, and at some point finish this bus and achieve my goals. So we broke it off for a while and didn't really speak too much for about 6 months there, out of the 8 that I've been gone from Florida. And it was sad, and it hit me pretty hard, and it hurt hard too. And then, fate brought us back together, I guess. Here I am stopping at my Crumble Cookie in, what's that area called? Not Homewood. Mountain Brook. It's a really pretty area. Got my cookie and ate it, and just paused the filming on the GoPro while I was doing that. Had some milk and a delicious cookie and fuel for the ride home. So yeah, finding all these little back neighborhoods, really beautiful housing back here, and just there's so many great areas that I have yet to explore, and it's like one thing after another. It's beautiful here. But anyway, Karen and I. So she reached out to me through a text, and we talked for a little bit, and come to find out that we were both sort of feeling the same way. We missed each other like crazy. We couldn't imagine ourselves trying to start over in another relationship, or being in the single pool. It's really full of urine, in my opinion. I had been talking to a few people, and nothing really came of any of that. But I started to explore being single and see what that's all about. And although we're not together right now physically, we are definitely still into each other. I'm riding through downtown Birmingham here in the video, and it was rush hour, so kind of crazy, but I know my way around at this point. There's a lot of really cool historical stuff down there, some tunnels, and they had the World Games here, so they really spruced up the city a lot. Although the traffic's a little thick and insane sometimes, and you can get lost pretty easily if you don't know your way around, and there's some dangers to be aware of. For the most part, this place is great, and I'm really enjoying exploring. Taking back roads, I avoided the freeway there to make my way home. But anyway, back to Karen and I. We're still going strong. She actually came up here for her for the last break that she had. Oh, this is funny. I am not going to wait for that train. I'll get on the gravel and go to the next road over. I love that part about the Honda Monkey. It's definitely has off-road capabilities. So yeah, I'm about to reach the end of the video here. I got about a minute left, but Karen and I are still talking. She came up here to see me. We spent a week together, got an Airbnb, had a lot of romantic times, went out to a show, and saw some bluegrass performers that were great. Had some nice dinners together, took a few hikes, went and saw some of the waterfalls, and I showed her around. I think we really had a nice time together. And we're talking again, and we miss each other like crazy, and hopefully I can make it up here, or I can make it back down there for either Thanksgiving or winter break, or a combination of the two, depending. I do have a Jeep down there still that my buddy has parked, and I need to get a computer and send that to him, but that might be a perfect reason to get down there and reconnect with her again, see the dogs and love on them, and just enjoy our time together. So that's my explanation. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama now. I'm reaching back to the neighborhood, and you will see the bus here shortly, parked pleasantly. And thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. Love you.